continue. Yes, hello. Let's do this and welcome to this meeting. My challenge is that I'm not so sure whether I will see people who will come late, because I'm not sure whether that will show on my PowerPoint, but I'm confident that hopefully it will be noticed. And if not, maybe they will call you, Heather, and then we'll see. Okay, so thank you so very much for being here on this little meeting, and I'm very chuffed. Kate is there, Jean Jordan from New Zealand, Heather from South Australia. Shulamit, where are you from?
I'm from South Australia also.
Right, and he
yes.
told me from Tokyo. Is it Tokyo?
Yeah.
Oh, wow. We are truly an international group here. Very select. Wonderful. Okay, I want to share with you a few things from the essential oils world. About 15 years ago, actually 20 years ago, I had first experiences. And even before that, before I emigrated from Germany, I had always worked with essential oils in my clinic. And in those days, we didn't know how to properly use them. We just put them in a plastic bottle and sprayed them around, or we even burned them under a candle or over a candle. And that was not really good, because it destroys wonderful qualities of the oils. And now we have really good diffusers, and now it's much better. So have you any experience with essential oils yourself?
Yes.
Yes.
Great.
Not for a while, though. I've sort of forgotten about them.
Mm-hmm. Have you ever used them in combination with the brain gym work?
No.
Yes.
Yes? Who said yes?
I have.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Well, I found they are fantastic. They are really like a glove on the hand. They go into everything. So how does my thing move forward? Does it move forward? Yes, here we go. So I want to make you aware that most of the essential oils, unfortunately, are synthetic. So often when you buy oils, they are not the true deal. And, you know, if you buy a $5.70 oil somewhere and you think you got a good deal, think again, because they are just synthetic and sometimes really quite adverse to your health. And then most of the oils that you buy are actually also diluted with some carrier oils, and they're not the true deal. So it's actually really interesting. Nowadays, we have a lot of essential oils on the market, and it's still a very interesting job to actually find the ones that are proper quality, and where every molecule that is in the bottle is actually that oil and nothing else. And so it's very important that you find a company that you can trust. And I would always suggest that when you hold an oil in your hand, muscle test instantly. Muscle test, hold it to your heart and ask yourself, is this the true deal? And hold it to your face and ask yourself, is this the true deal? Because you, as kinesiologist, you will know. And that was one of the reasons why I stuck with the company that I have stuck with, because I instantly knew by muscle test that what they were selling me was true and was 100% clean. And so,
can you tell us what that is?
Oh, yes, you will see it. You know, I want to not make advertisement for the company as such, but stick with the oils as such. But there are only really a couple of companies in the world that have their own farms where they fully plant and process their plants. Actually, there's Shauna coming. Let me just admit Shauna here. And these companies that are from the seed in the ground to the distilled oil in the bottle take an enormous amount of care and diligence to make sure that their oils are 100% clean and that they're organically planted and that they have been sustainably planted. That makes a big, big difference, because unfortunately, as you saw before in the picture, 77% oils are just bought in nondescript amounts from somewhere and then put in a big vat and mixed around and showed the right kind of thing. Sadly, that has then rather bad effects, because many people then say, oh, I hate lavender, it always gives me a headache. Yeah, if you buy the $5 cheapie, of course you get a headache. Yeah, but if you have the real deal, it's wonderful stuff against headache. So when we smell an oil, and for those of you who have one there, just do that. When you smell an oil, don't stick it straight into your nose like this, but actually circle around your nose a little bit and let all the components come out and play and get the full bouquet of that aroma. And then you actually smell the true oil. And as you can see, that sense of smell, that is really only just one synapse away from our limbic system. So it like you smell it and boing, instantly it triggers something in your brain. And you are, of course, familiar with all those glands in the pineal pituitary gland, all those in the limbic system. And that's where these oils work. So the essential oils work on many platforms, but the very first thing is just simply smelling. Yeah? And the other is that you can apply it topically on the skin, and then it's absorbed into the bloodstream. Like today, I did a house visit for a customer and I massaged 6 different oils into his feet. And through the reflex areas of the feet, the whole body absorbs all the chemical components of these oils, and they go into the bloodstream. And within minutes, the whole body is imbued and infused by these oils. And then it works on your spiritual and mental area as well. So here I just put a few pictures together to just give you an understanding where flight, fight, and fear is triggered in the brain. And so smelling the oil can instantly change your attitude and change your emotions. And of course, when you apply the oil on your chest, in your neck, to your forehead, the bloodstream takes it up and distributes it through the brain and through the lymphatic system. It is absorbed and does a good thing for the brain. In fact, there's a lot of good oils that are improving people with various neurologic diseases. Okay, moving on. This is a picture from my friends in Germany. I have had a lot of people who are using the essential oils in Germany. In fact, the next month I'll be teaching a series of classes to ladies in Germany. They decided that they want to get Zoom classes from me. Who am I to protest? Okay. Now, this is a nice little poster that was hanging in my practice for a while. And I took a picture of it. And here at the very bottom, you can just make out those various dots that are symbolizing the glands in your brain. And that very first on the front, that is the olfactory system, and it goes there to the hypothalamus, and then you see the thalamus and all these various parts of the brain that make what we call the molecules of emotion. Remember, what is the lovely ladies who appeared in What the Bleep Do We Know film?
Candace Pert.
Huh?
Candace Pert. Dr. Candace Pert.
Thank you. Thank you. That's exactly. She talks about the molecules of emotion. And so you can see here, in the pituitary gland, we have endorphins, and the oils that are specifically good to the pituitary gland are clary sage, jasmine, patchouli, ylang ylang. And the more regulating in the hypothalamus, where we are dealing with anxiety and mood and depression and menopausal problems, bergamot, frankincense, geranium, rosewood are very beneficial. Then the euphoric effect on the thalamus that lifts your mood and fights depression, clary sage, grapefruit, jasmine, and of course rose. Rose is the most expensive all essential oils. If you have a bottle of rose oil, you can count yourself very lucky. Actually, my father brought me a bottle of rose in the 70s. He visited Bulgaria and he brought a bottle of rose oil to all his daughters. We were only 16 or 15. We did not really appreciate it truly. But this, can you see that? That is true rose oil from Bulgaria. And I still have it. And it is from the 70s. I will never open that again. It is just there. and the flacon is just beautiful, isn't it? Okay, that one on yellow that you can't read, it means memory stimulant and mental stimulant. And so we see that black pepper, lemon, peppermint, and rosemary is very good for that. And we say rosemary is for remembrance, and that is so. If you want to anchor memories in a good way, then anchor them with rosemary and peppermint and lemon. And black pepper is actually a fantastic essential oil. I even use it in the kitchen when I'm cooking. But I also sometimes use a tiny amount and just rub it on the fingertips and hold it under the nose of a client to stimulate memory. All right, the sedative effect, that again is serotonin, that is the molecule of emotion, serotonin. And there we have chamomile and marjoram and lavender and orange blossom. Marjoram is also a very good oil to sedate muscles. It's great against sore muscles. So marjoram massage oil, or mixed in a massage oil, is wonderful to work with. Now, if you want oils that invigorate you, Kate, you need some energy, then get yourself some lemongrass. And again, rosemary and juniper, cardamom. These are oils that are truly, they are like a kick and they energize you. All right, let's go and look at a few oils in particular. If you have lavender there, why don't you open your bottle of lavender? I've got a brand new bottle here. And we call lavender the Swiss Army knife of essential oils because it has so many good effects and applications. Mossy bites, cuts and wounds, where I have that habit of cutting or burning myself quite often, and just put lavender on there and it will heal very quickly. Or if you have an eczema problem, then also using lavender oil or in a very nice carrier cream is an excellent thing. You can actually buy this. Now in our here in Perth, we have a shop called Renner Health. It's a wholesale shop, and well, it's fantastic. Hopefully you have a shop too where you are and can buy these things. And I can recommend this cream a lot because it's a wonderful base cream, and you can use it, put it in smaller amount, in smaller pots, and then you can add your own essential oils to it. So this company is very reliable. They make excellent products, and they make a very good aloe vera double gel, a double strength gel, which is brilliant also for skin application. But the essential base cream I love. I give that often to my clients, and I mix a special cream for them that they can take home. So lavender, for the emotional side of things, we say lavender is actually the oil that is connecting you to the centering dimension, where you connect your heart brain with your brain, and where you can release blocks from your emotion and truly express yourself. And, you know, when it's not necessary to say, don't say it, that kind of thing, you know, where you ask your heart first before you blabber out something, you know. So verbal communication also, it gives you the stability in your heart to express what is truly true. And so I find lavender very helpful to just rubbing it. Just put one drop in your hand and just rubbing it. And when you do that, then just holding your hands in front of your face, not too near, but just holding and taking a deep breath in, and thus you get the whole bouquet, the whole gamut of all those 350 different chemical components that makes a true Lavandula angustifolia. You can put it on your heart. You can anchor goals with it. It's a brilliant thing to use. Oops, I went too fast. Yeah. Any questions to lavender, or have you an experience with lavender? Do you remember when lavender made a difference to your life? Any? None?
For sleep,
For sleep?
putting a drop on some cotton wool and putting it under the pillow or on the bed head.
Yes, we had, as children, we would make little cushions out of lavender flowers and gave them away for Mother's Day or for others. And my Großmutti, my grandmother, she would always, you know, she came from Strasbourg, and she would always in her handbag have a bottle of lavender. She was never without it. And she, as a child, when I had when I stayed with her and I would fall and I had a grazed knee, out came the lavender and it was put on my grazed knee. Or if I had a headache, she would get the lavender out and rub it onto my forehead. So right from the word get-go, lavender to me is emotionally very strongly connected to my Großmutti. That is so strong. And that's actually what happens when you smell a certain oil. It instantly recalls memories. Has that ever happened to you? That, you know, you think of cinnamon, for example. What does that recall for you? Do you, if you know, what comes to mind when you think of cinnamon?
Cinnamon pies.
Yeah. Christmas desserts.
It's a
cooked
very
apples.
positive
Yes, stewed apples.
Mostly
and
about
pumpkin.
Yeah. And again, my Großmutter,
It's very warming. I feel very warm by that thought.
yeah, so cinnamon is such a yum oil, and you can instantly, it lifts you into Christmassy feeling, especially when you combine it with orange. All right,
So-
moving on.
So Dorothea, before you go on to the next one, with the lavender, did you put the lavender straight on the glaze, or did you actually dilute it in oil or a cream?
You may dilute it, but if you have a good oil, a good quality lavender, you can use it neat.
Okay.
It depends on
Yeah.
certain oils that are hot oils. Oregano, marjoram, thyme, these are oils, or they are hot oils. So you would not, and particularly what you would not use undiluted is cassia. That would burn your skin. Yeah. And with lavender, you can, if you have a good true lavender, you can use it neat. And in fact, that's what I do. I just put it straight on my skin, and that's fine to do. Yeah. But if you want to be quite sure what to do, then go and ask your guide. There are very good books about the applications of oils and whether they should be diluted or not. I can give you some very good suggestions of what kind of books to use. There's a very good desk reference that I can get out.
And that
is-
Yes, please. That would be great.
That's actually a really good question, because you want to be safe. And again, use muscle testing before you apply anything onto somebody. Keep the bottle closed and muscle test, because the energy and information is already there. You do not need to open that bottle even. You just hold it and you muscle test, and you indicate the change is this is, you make the statement, this oil is beneficial for this person. Yes or no? It may be applied topically. Yes or no? It may be infused in the hands. Yes or no? Yeah. Or it may be applied to the heart chakra, to the back of the neck, to the feet. Ask the body, because the innate intelligence is definitely going to give you advice. Don't just apply it because you think it's good for them. It may not. Always ask the body. And one other thing, for children, you also want to be very clear that children's skin is much more sensitive. So in case of doubt, always dilute. Take a tiny bit of carrier oil, even olive oil, in your hand, put 1 drop in there, turn it around in your palm, and then apply it. And on children and babies in particular, to the feet, on the soles of the feet. That is the safest and the most effective way to work essential oils or any other topical application you can put for the babies on the feet. That is the safest place.
And Dorothea, my other question was that essential oil based cream you had, I did not get the name of that.
The company is called Essential Therapeutics. Is it back to front here, or is it, can you read it?
You can read it.
Yeah. So yeah, this company I found make good base products. They make very good base shampoos also, and base lotions and all manner of things. And this stuck with me. This is what I regularly buy en gros, and then make smaller portions of it. Yeah.
Is that an aqueous base?
It's an oil base. It's actually a combination of many. No, it's aqueous base, actually. Aqua,
Okay.
You know what?
Yeah.
I'll take a picture, and then you can enlarge it and you can read what's in there.
Sure. Thank you.
No,
Oh, yes, please, because it's very tiny on my phone.
Sure.
Thank you.
All right, let's move on. Now I want to talk to you about peppermint, and peppermint is the equal. I would say these two are like brother and sister. Lavender is the calming one, And peppermint, we call it. Oh, that's the oil of the buoyant mind. It's like it uplifts you. It's the kick in the butt that you sometimes need. And I have that in my car. I have it in my car because but when driving and needing to concentrate, and also when driving for a long time, and you want to be awake and alert, then you can have that in and rub that into your neck. Or you have tiny little diffusers that you can stick into the vent of the car, and then you can put a few drops on there. Or if you don't have that, take a cotton ball, and put a drop or two and stuff that into the vent of the car. And then you have the oil nicely diffused into the car. And this is brilliant. Peppermint oil is really great against headaches, or if you feel heavy and you feel not quite with it, get some peppermint. One caveat here: never to the eyes, never near the eyes. That could be tragic. I once had this unfortunate event that I did what I just showed you with lavender, and to a client at an expo when I was out there demonstrating, I said, just put a drop there and rub that. And then I would say, and hold it in front of your face and smell. I couldn't even say it so fast. He already went like, and rubbed it all over his face.
Oh no.
And I was like, oh my goodness, because yeah, that was just catastrophic. And he raced up to the toilet to wash it with water. And that's another thing. If you ever have an oil in your eye, water will drive it even deeper. If you accidentally get an oil near your eyes or in your eyes, you must wash it out with oil. Because if you then take a bit of oil in your hand and then flush out the eye, that oil is pulled to that lesser concentrated oil, and then that's pulled out of the eye. So never use water. Will not work. It will make it worse.
Dorothy, can you use milk?
I've never tried it. I cannot make any statement on that.
Right.
No.
It's just that, yeah, there is an oily consistency sometimes in a bit of milk.
Because it's got fat in it.
Yes.
Yeah. And milk acids as well. I'm not sure whether that would be a better alternative. I would always go straight for some almond oil or olive oil or sunflower oil, whatever oil you can grab at that very moment. But it's okay to use peppermint to the back of your head, but never in the face, because this is an oil that has a kick like a mule. You want to. Apropos, if you really, really want to get awake and alert, you can put a bit of oil on the back of your head and click it. And then you're awake. For sure. Okay, if you have a good oil, it's not for the faint of heart, Shulamit, but you'll notice. That's a good thing. All right, so let's move on to lemon. Now, lemon oil is actually, let's just go back to peppermint. Peppermint is for left brain and activation. And later I will demonstrate for you the laterality integration with lavender and peppermint. So keep that in mind. Lavender centering, peppermint and lavender is for laterality. And now we come to focus dimension. The oil for focus and concentration. And here you see the emotions addressed when you feel confusion, inability to focus, mental fatigue, lack of joy and energy, even other learning challenges. Then lemon oil is a brilliant oil. Hopla, what happened? Jumped on its own. And so apply it to the ears when doing your thinking caps. Apply it to the back of your neck when you do your vision training. and rub it into the palms and deeply inhale it for study skills. Or, as you perhaps may see here in the back, I have a diffuser there. And during brain gym sessions, I often put a combination of lemon and other citrus oils into the diffuser for uplifting and improving concentration. Some children, again, you must muscle test, because I had one boy that I say, oh yeah, here, have a lemon drop, rub that into your ear. And suddenly those ears became red and shiny. Oh, my ears are so hot. So a muscle test before you make that experience. Most people have no problem with lemon oil, only the very, very thin-skinned, sensitive children. So just be careful. All right, but I want to share with you this very busy thing. Actually, can you see this black bar with the sharing thing, or is it only on my screen? Can you read what is behind Lidum? Because I've got this black bar here that is telling me that I'm sharing the screen. Are you able to not see that, or do you see?
We can, the lemonine.
Yeah, you can you read
Yeah.
what is
Yeah.
written? Because unfortunately I can't. But I
Down
want
to lead them.
yeah. So D-limonene is the chemical component that is found in all citrus oils. And it has the most amazing capacity. As you can read, there's one thing, number 4, that a few years ago I would have been massively chastised, because the TGA is so strict. We must not make any claims. We must be so careful what we say. So between you and me and the fence post, you can see all these fantastic health benefits. And it's sometimes a challenge to say these things because of, regulations. But understand, grapefruit is the highest percentage of the limonene. So that's why it's such a good helper for weight loss. Tangerine as well, orange. Orange also is a brilliant oil that you can apply onto skin damage, on sun damage. So you can apply it straight there on a sun-damaged piece of skin, and it will do a great job in healing that skin. Others then are mandarin and lemi. And as you can see...
Oh, I just wondered something. Sorry, is bergamot a lemon?
Yeah, that is also, yeah. I'm not sure how much. Of course, bergamot is a lemon. Is a citrus. It's not listed here, but it does also have about 68% D-limonene. Yeah, and this is the thing, when the Dutch East India Company imported tea to England, and often during those long travels with the ship from Batavia, the tea would be spoiled. So they laced the tea with bergamot to make it taste better. And that's how Earl Grey made a lot of money. And so the Earl Grey tea is basically flavored with bergamot. Did you know that?
No.
Oh, well, there you go. Live and learn. Okay, but it's excellent for the D-limonene is used to relieve heartburn and gastroesophageal reflux problems. And it also has there's a lot of research on D-limonene being very beneficial in fighting cell carcinogens and changing and repairing DNA in the cells. So this is a slide that is highly contentious. You can't go out and say, Dorothea says I use lemon oil to heal my cancer. That wouldn't be a good move. Please don't. It's just for your personal information, okay? Another really important chemical component is called sesquiterpenes. So the terpenes are chemical rings, and when you have 6 of them, you have a sesquiterpene. What it's mostly found in cedarwood, and as you can see, myrrh and spikenard and cypress and sandalwood. Interesting that a lot of the oils from the Bible are the oils that contain sesquiterpenes, because they are the oils that are for your spiritual well-being. They transcend the blood-brain barrier and go straight and bring oxygen into the brain. And they work their way through the lymphatic system and massively. Of course, one very important one missing here is frankincense. That is the highest of them. So all these oils that you find in the Bible, mentioned in the Bible, contain these sesquiterpenes. Has anybody got sandalwood? Have you ever smelled a spikenard? It's a fabulous smell, really, really yummy. Okay, you mentioned orange before, Shulamit. So here is the one that is, this is what it's good for. So if you have a person with anxiety and depression, then orange definitely is the one to go and use. And the good thing is it's not expensive. You can get quite a bit for it. Another oil that is very, very good for brain function is a blend from Young Living, which is called Clarity. It contains basil, or however you want to pronounce it, and rosemary, and a few other oils. Hey, that goes on by their own. Sorry, but this one I love, and I use it a lot, especially in brain gym sessions or while I'm teaching Dutch Wealth or brain gym, and I see one or two of my students sort of lose concentration or nod away, then I reach for Clarity and just say, take some drops and rub them under your nose and massage your ears so you can hear me better and you can process better what I'm saying. Very good oil, that one. And there's another.
Dorothea,
Yes.
the oils were at the bottom, but they were cut off. So was it just basil and rosemary? Were those the only two?
Unfortunately. Oh, I can move this. I just saw that I can move it. Can you see that? Oh, no, it contains peppermint, basil, and rosemary. That's
peppermint. Okay.
Clarity.
Yep.
Yeah.
Thank you.
And of course,
Thank
if you have these shingles, then make your own blend.
Is it pretty much equal amount?
No, I cannot tell you because, again, that is a special formulation that Gary Young created. But you are clever. You're a muscle tester, aren't you? Just take a 5 ml bottle, fill it half with carrier oil, and hold that basil and say, for this bottle, I need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 drops. Put it in. Get your rosemary out. For this bottle, I need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 drops. Put it in. Just do it. Yeah. Because you are clever. Your body is clever. You trust your intuition. If you got good quality essential oils, you have every right to make your own blend that is for you or that is for that person that you're just here there with them. Yeah. And then you have your blend. And the more you are working with essential oils and you know the quality of every single oil, you then go ahead and make a blend that is specific for you, for this situation, for that person. Just do it. Trust your higher self. All right, let's move on to the next one. This is called Peace and Calming. And Peace and oh God, sorry, Peace and Calming. It's again a fantastic blend that I found very helpful for a person that had teeth grinding. As you know, everything here is stomach meridian and so anger, stress, disgust. You want to get that out, and you do perhaps a balance on releasing and letting go of all this stuff that they are harvesting here, harboring here. So again, a blend made from orange and tangerine and patchouli, ylang ylang, all these wonderful oils you can apply. Put this just there on this small intestine reflex button and just hold it there like neurovascular point, and just say the affirmation, do the eye rotation, whatever it is that you wish to do to release that emotion. Use that and anchor it with this wonderful oil. Another one for children that are very, very timid. You know, larch, Bachflower, larch. Are you familiar with larch? Yes, no? Yeah. So I can't do this. Everybody else can, but I can't. Then Valor is the oil for these kids. That goes on its own. So excellent oil to give confidence and backbone and strength, mental strength and gut. When you need chutzpah, then you need Valor. Valor is the name, the Roman name for courage. Okay, one more oil and then we're done. Mental capacity, brain power. And again, here is an oil that contains cedarwood and sandalwood, melissa, frankincense, blue cypress. You already know what they contain, the sesquiterpenes. Yeah, and also I think it also contains black pepper, if I'm not mistaken, helichrysum. An excellent oil to repair nerve damage, helichrysum. One of the very expensive oils, but very effective. So that's pretty much it with all these oils that I wanted to show you. This presentation, by the way, I am very happy to send you because I have here a link to a really good video for you. And this video is showing that Dr. Oliver is actually wearing one of those head masks where you have all the EEG measurements. And you can see when he smells certain oils that in real time, certain areas in the brain light up. He smells peppermint and boom, straight away the frontal cortex becomes energized. Oh, he smells frankincense and straight away the limbic system in the center, amygdala, becomes energized. So it's a fabulous little video, and you can click on that link in the PDF. I make it so that you can click on it, or you can do copy and paste, whatever. Yeah. So that is what I have for you here. That's the last slide. And you may recognize that picture from What the Bleep, where it says, what fires together, that wires together. And what we take our attention away from disintegrates and disassociates and withers and dies away. So let's go back up to peppermint and lavender. For those of you who have peppermint and lavender there, actually, I will stop the sharing now because we don't need that anymore. Who has peppermint and lavender? Excellent. Good. Shall we do a bit of
Yes,
paste?
I'm just going to get some water.
I
I've
think
still
we
got
should-
peppermint on my
like-
tongue
like
as
to say-
well.
Preach before we do anything else. We need to do a bit of pacing. Hi, Shona. Sorry, I had no time to say hello to you. Hi, Shona. Okay, so let's briefly do a pace so that we are on the same page. Yeah, we got the time. I still love our little video, you know, when we produced our little face video. It's there on our on our website. And I've sent it out to people the other day. And my German students, I sent them the face. That here you are, you can see all our Australian women that are doing it. Oh, I always rub my ears and get my jaw relaxed. This afternoon, I taught a class of Nordic walking, pole walking people, and we did it indoors. They all have some knee operation or foot operation or something, so they needed to do some exercises first on the chair. But I did a lot of cross crawl with them. First on the chair, then standing, and that is a brilliant introduction to getting them to walk with the poles and do that in nice cross crawl pattern.
Yeah, that's great.
Ready? Okay. Okay. Now, for those ladies who are able to do this little experiment with me, I would like to, for the last 5 minutes, demonstrate to you what I actually did at my presentation in Seoul, Korea. Quite some time ago, there was a brain gym gathering in Seoul, Korea. Were you there, Shauna? Were you there, Heather? Oh, it was fabulous. It was really, really nice. And I was there and I actually presented, I had a little stall there with my oils. And I did a presentation on stage and gave a similar talk to what you've just seen. And then I got 2 people up on stage and muscle tested them for brain integration or not. So one young man, he was a student and he was a psychology student, and he came up and I did the pace with him, and then I said, okay, you are Korean, how is your English? Would you like to be, you know, better to express yourself in English better? And he said, yeah, that would be a good thing. So I said, okay, let's set that goal. And then I did the usual pre-test for look at an X. He was unlocked. Look at parallel lines. He was locked, etc.
I could have run out on my
I'm
phone.
sorry, I think Kate needs to take her sound off. Not quite sure what I
I
can do.
didn't wake you up, but you asked me.
Kate,
Yeah, I'm sorry. I just had to sort out something for my son.
just turn your microphone off. Then you can. Then it's fine. Then you just hear me.
All finished now.
All right.
Thank
Okay.
you. Sorry.
So for those who have the oils, can you just set yourself a little goal and are you able to muscle test for yourself like this or like that, or hopefully, and do a little goal for yourself. And as you're thinking of the goal, I'd like you to do the cross scroll movement. And either notice or muscle test, is that high gear or not? Just notice it for yourself and do a same side movement, thinking of whatever goal you are setting yourself with. Up, yeah, good. And muscle test, is that locked or not? Okay, so you're already integrated. Tant pis.
I'm actually going to pretend that
Yeah,
I've got
okay.
the oil.
That's fine. Do that. So now I want you to take out lavender and peppermint and have lavender on your left nostril and peppermint on your right. Just hold that and hold it here and take a deep breath and exhale. Take it here. And so you're getting all the good stuff through your left nostril for the right brain, and you're getting the good peppermint components for your left brain through the right nostril. Now I'd like you to swap the bottles around. And again, do this 3 times. Breathe in deeply. Very good. Now make sure that you put the right top on the right bottle, so you don't cross-contaminate the oils. Put the peppermint tab on the peppermint and the lavender on the lavender. And now that you have smelled the oil, go back to doing cross-scroll movement. And take a deep breath. You can also do your eye rotations with it and really anchor this cross scroll. Yeah, and muscle test. That's nice and strong now, isn't it? Do the same side movement. And notice details and shapes and muscle test. Is that unlocked? Wonderful. Yay. So this is the very, very short version. You can actually, of course, do the entire laterality repatterning program. And when you do it, you can also do the brain integration metaphor. Put a drop of lavender into the left hand and say, in your left hand, you have all the qualities of your creative mind. And, you know, you do that whole spiel that you explain to what is in your right brain, and put a bit of peppermint into the right hand and say, this is your logic analytic. This is your ability to speak well, to use words well, etc. And then you can put those oils together in with the brain integration metaphor. And again, they can do a deep breathing for that. Yeah, that is of course, again, another way of anchoring. And so I would encourage you to try this out And the good thing is, if you just make a little spray for the people to take home, and a little spray bottle, or a tiny little, just a tiny little sample oil bottle, and you give that to them to take home, then the anchoring effect is long term.
Yeah.
It goes straight here and it stays there. All right. For focus, you can actually, when you are doing a balance for focus dimension and you have your lengthening activities, then by all means, apply that oil to the back of the neck. Do your owl exercise and smell it, and over here and over there. And that anchors very nicely the lengthening effect. Thank you very much. That basically brings me to the end of my presentation. And I am very happy to answer questions, but I will stop the recording now. So then all the questions later you can do after. Okay.